questions about politics, about business, about real estate flipping, about life, about sex, about divorce. This is the Ask Sean Whalen Show.
My friends, welcome to another episode of the Ask Sean Show. This is episode number 3, and I am your host, Sean Whalen. Super exciting times with the show. I've had so many people reach out. I know that I said this on the last episode, but I'm really excited with the interaction, with all the questions coming in. So guys, thank you so much for bringing your questions in. And it's been fun. So let's get into episode number 3. Jack, an angry, successful mofo to happy, successful mofo. Interesting question, bro. I learned a lot, man. I thought when I was younger, I thought the definition of success was the shit that you had, what you could show. Like, look, I made a bunch of money, so I bought a really expensive car. I've got to be doing well because I just bought a $110,000 ski boat. I've got 4 cars in my driveway and I've got 4 houses, and I looked at that as being the model of success. That was what I understood young. I didn't really have a mentor growing up. I looked at a lot of different guys. Donald Trump, I was like, had to be like Donald Trump, and everything was big and bad and fast and the whole thing. But I evolved in, when I went through my divorce and my bankruptcy, I started to question a lot of these things because I had all the money, I had the house, I had this, I had all the stuff, and ultimately ended up completely miserable. And I think the difference between then and now, I'm still driven by money. Like, let's be straight up. Like, if you're not driven by money, you've got something wrong. Like, you absolutely should be driven by money. So if that's your definition of success, cool, so be it. It's not mine, but I absolutely want to make a lot of money, simply because somebody said to me a while ago, the broke can't help the broke. And at the end of the day, if you ask everybody, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to feed the homeless or shelter the homeless and feed the poor and the hungry and do all this charity work and do all these things and help my mom retire and buy her a house and all this other stuff. And that's all fine and dandy. Those are phenomenal things to go after. But when you're working 100 hours a week and barely making any money, you don't have any other money to give other people. You don't have any time to give other people. And so being financially set, financially successful, if you will, being able to have an ample amount of money also gives you a significant amount of time. And this is something that I didn't understand at a young age. I was working 100-hour weeks. I was successful because I was in the magazines and I was doing this and I was building the business and had all the employees, but I didn't get it. And I initially looked at it as the money was the success, and now, to me, lifestyle is success. The lifestyle that I'm able to live, which is I want to be able to make enough money that I can have the time freedom to do anything I want to do with my children anytime without any reservations. I don't ever want to say, well, I have to work so I can't be at the game, or we don't have money so we can't go to the amusement park. I don't ever want to experience that in life, but what I do want to experience is an opportunity to, be a successful mofo, if you will, with being at peace at where I am and ultimately having the desired outcome that I want. And truthfully, I want to make a lot of money. I want to do well financially so that I can have the freedom and the lifestyle to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. To me, that's success. Success is being able to wake up in the morning and say, what do I want to do today? And having the option to be able to go do whatever I want, whenever I want. Mike, good question. 3 people. There's so many more people than 3 that have had an impact on me that I look to. I'm gonna answer the question this way. I grew up, my parents split up when I was young, early teenager, and so I grew up, sorry, I got an itch in my nose. I grew up without a father figure in the home, okay? And so from a young age, I started looking at different dads, different male figures, as kind of dads, as role models, as mentors, if you will. And so from a young age, I realized that there was other people that I wanted to wean information from. I wish that I'd had the same understanding in business when I first started off in business. What I wanted to do in business was just be like Donald Trump. That was really all I wanted to do, is I wanted to be Donald Trump. But the people that I look up to now, and I don't know if looking up to is the right way, the people that I mentor with, the people that I take counsel from, the people that I mastermind with, or coaches that I hire, people that I write a check to and say, teach me, are people that are doing the things that I want to be doing, or have the things that I want to have. And I'm not talking about a Mercedes or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, like, oh, he's got a Ferrari, let me give him a bunch of money and then I'll get a Ferrari. I'm talking about people that have lifestyle that I want. A case in point, a good friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, and a mentor of mine, his name is Jesse Elder. And I went out to his house in Austin, Texas a few weeks ago to spend time with him. And here's why. Here's why I hired him. Here's why I went and spent time with him and coached with him. He has an aura about him and has a really, really silent, persuasive ability that I envy, if you will. I don't know if envy is the right word, but I've looked at him and I'm like, you know what? I've always lived this fast-paced, hard, just ram it down other people's throats, go, 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 go kind of thing. And Jesse's this dude who's super, super chill. He's super laid back. He's very successful in what he does. And I wanted to know how he did what he did. I wanted to know his routine. A lot of people ask me, Sean, what do you do? What do you read? How do you study and meditate, the whole thing? And I wanted to know those things from him. And so I paid him and went out and spent a weekend with him learning what it is that he does, and studying and masterminding and coaching and mentoring with him. So that's right now the only guy that I'm working with, the only guy that I'm talking to is him. I feel like you could bring a whole bunch of people into your world, a whole bunch of people into your life, and that might work for some people. For me, I've only had 2 coaches and 2 mentors that I've actually paid. And what I mean by coach and mentor, there's a lot of people like, hey, mentor me, just answer cool questions for me or do this or that. I believe you value what you invest in, and when you invest in yourself and you actually spend money to hire someone, the return potential and what you get from them is far greater than if you just sat down and talked to somebody for a half an hour. So to me, a mentor or a coach is someone that you've paid for a specific result. And the result that I got from Jesse was great. It's changed my business in quite a few ways. It's changed how I think, how I operate, how I communicate. I mean, just having some simple role plays and dialogues with him of how he talks to his clients, how he brings on coaching clients, how he mentors, how he runs his coaching business, really, really helped me. And I've injected a lot of the things that I learned from him into my life, into my business. But to me, that right now, he's the only guy that I'm resonating with. He's the guy that I felt compelled to work with. A lot of people watching this, I've had a lot of people reach out to me on Facebook that say, Sean, can I coach you? Can I mentor? Can I whether this, that, or the other? I mean, you have to be compelled, in my opinion, to work with someone, to hire them. And I felt compelled to work with Jesse. Who is next? What mentor, what coach? I don't know, but I've only had 2 that I've actually hired and paid, and they were both dramatic differences in my life, where I was emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, financially. 2 completely different people, 2 completely different goals and objectives. But that's Jesse's the guy that I'm working with now, and that's my thought and concept on the coaches and mentors for me personally.